full swing wise, the only thing we really worked on today was just injury prevention stuff. So on her full swing, she has a tendency of right away that right leg is getting off the ground, her hip is going up, and it's making it to where she has trouble rotating and also staying down. So she's really bending over a lot and then not a whole lot of rotation. So like I said, that'll cause some miss hits, but more than anything, it's just trying to not have herself like be hurt from doing her golf swing. So this is after we worked on that trail with a little piece of cardboard a little bit. You can see the way the right leg is working. Like I said, it should look more like it's being pulled off the ground by this hip rotating back through, and less of it just looking like it's doing its own thing at the beginning of the downswing. We only touched on the driver for just a second. She's starting off with a decent amount of tilt. Whenever you start with that much tilt in your driver swing or any swing, the only way to really make a good swing on the way back is to lose almost all of it and kind of raise up and out of it a little bit. So after she raises up, then she has to get back down or she's going to top it. So she's trying to go down, and then in doing that as well, she's not quite releasing the club early enough. So at this position, the swing, we don't want to see that club leading quite as far forward as it is. It should look like both of those lines are kind of more of the same. And then we did the same drill that we've done before with Megan. So starting off with just a little bit less tilt here, and then it just makes it to where whenever she gets her weight forward, she pushes off the ground, she's creating that same tilt anyway. So she's not going to have to worry about having more tilt with the driver. And then the feeling with that drill is releasing that head cover earlier. So you can see the difference between that position and this position coming in an impact. So it's just going to make it where this one's going to be a really low shot and kind of hard to control the face. And this one's going to be a little bit more of a higher launching shot. So course management stuff, I mean, we talked about a lot of different stuff, but the main thing for her to focus on for right now is, like I said, especially if she's just trying to shoot in the 70s. Once we get to like the low 70s consistently, you can kind of change your mindset on this. But a lot of juniors, whenever this is the flag, they shoot it with the rangefinder. It says 110. They say, okay, that's an 8-iron, and they try to hit 110. And even just going a couple yards too far, now you short side yourself, and now there's only this amount of green to work with. So that just makes it to where it's really hard to hit those pitch shots. If you look at the flag and you shoot and it says 110 and you have a yardage book, or you just know that the flag's in the back by a certain amount, you can look at the middle of the green and say the middle of the green is 100. So you're looking at 100 to 110 as like your yardage. So if you have a club that goes 110 and you have a club that goes like 100, 105, like that other club would be a better option there, because even if you miss, say right or left here, you have that much more green to work with. If you miss right or left back here and just like a touch long, now you have way harder shots. So that in general is just kind of a breakdown of one of the things that we went over when it comes to course management, is just kind of picking your yardage a little bit better. Look like you can hit a pitch shot. So remember the main thing, swing up to the top of your swing? The main thing is if I put a center in the middle of your chest, that never gets closer to the ground. So if that's the case, the club can only get that long. Like there's no way for it to hit more ground. So in saying that, like the main thing you should feel comfortable doing is get this to extend and get this to release what feels like way earlier, almost like you're casting. And that's gonna make it to where the bottom of your swing looks more like a U and less of like a V. So swing up to the top of your swing. So your bad one is you keep this angle, the club very, very short. You've got to go down just the right amount, and there's only one little teeny tiny place where you're going to hit a good shot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like I said, whenever it's wet, aim a little bit left with your body, and then let go of the club, retake your grip, and have it just slightly open. And that just makes it to where you can really have the feeling of being aggressive with the down, but it's not going to dig so much. That all make sense?
Yes.
All right, so switch to one of your irons. Remember with the full swing stuff, if I swing up to the top of my swing, and my first move down is my right leg doing this, that makes it to where my body can't really stay down.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to try to do is you have to feel like you're going more down. Like I said, that's just like an injury thing. So with this thing, you swing up to the top, you twist it out, you push it back, and then whenever you get rid of it, if you do the exact same thing, it should look like that foot's staying on the ground until that hip kind of pulls it back around. Show me what that looks like. I mean, you can do this with a piece of cardboard. You can do it with I normally do it with a Frisbee, but I think I went out the Frisbee. A twist and then fix that. Good. I'll do it one more time and then do it without it afterwards. Nice. Makes sense.